Global expansion provides businesses of all sizes with many advantages, accessing a larger, more diverse talent pool, faster adoption and acceptance in the new international markets, accelerates company valuation and diversifies your revenue streams from new markets, ability to have coverage around the clock as employees or your contractors are now based in various time zones, provides more freedom for employees to live and work where they deliver their best results, thus reducing turnover and can lead to higher productivity. Then that's trickling down to more revenue and potentially higher valuation for your company. But as exciting as it is to expand to new markets, many companies fail in their efforts. So after we've chatted with customers, experts, and through our own experiences in this space, here are the main reasons why companies fail at their expansion efforts. 1, global expansion is just not a priority among leadership. Whether it's the C-suite, founders, the board, or a combination, the leadership team is often not aligned around their full company priorities. And those that fail their expansion efforts are often putting going international or into new markets at the bottom of that list. So while it might be something they want to do, everyone at the company may not be as concerned with the process or the operations to ensure success, and then they often miscalculate the deep understanding of the time and effort around it that's needed. 2, ignoring local market research. So expanding into new markets can be an absolute goldmine for your company. But if you think your company can just quickly launch into a specific country and rake in the cash, you're in for a rude awakening. Now, you could get lucky with that approach, but you just can't count on that being successful every time you move into a new global market. Why? Well, every country is different in their needs and expectations of products or services, and not understanding that can lead to plenty of wasted time and money. If you didn't know, opening an actual local entity in specific countries can cost anywhere from $20,000 to $150,000 on average, and that's per entity, and it doesn't include the ongoing business and maintenance fees. So before spending that kind of time, money, your company really needs to understand a few critical things in the research. What the local demand is that your business provides, what is the current competitive landscape and what does that look like, and any barriers or limitations that could stall your potential expansion. Number 3, not understanding local and international laws. Every country has their own set of labor laws, rules, and regulations. Your company has to maintain compliance with these laws or face significant legal penalties, fines, and extensive issues with establishing a presence in that market. Some of the regulations include how privacy data is handled, think GDPR, restrictions on imports or exports, how you hire and terminate employees, employee misclassification, and more. Google found themselves in trouble a few years ago when they failed to comply with local laws in the UK, Europe, and Asia. There are laws in those regions that mandate that temporary workers be paid equal rates to full-time employees performing similar work. So this is why it's important for you to understand these laws, otherwise your company could face significant penalties and you're going to have to hire expensive attorneys and accountants to kind of dig your way out of that. It might seem daunting or confusing to navigate all this, but that's exactly why employer record solutions like ours, RemoFirst, exist. We handle compliance, local taxes, payroll, and more. That way you can employ your full-time or international contractors without worrying about paying fines, misclassifying employees, or spending a lot of time and money trying to navigate these laws and getting these entities set up. Number 4, while you already have a defined brand in your home base, it doesn't mean this perfectly carries over to other countries. Local markets may resonate with different messaging, slight tweaks to your brand, or maybe experiences with your business. Does it mean you have to build a completely new brand from scratch? No, but you do have to do your research and be prepared to be adaptable for a successful expansion. This happened to Uber when they were expanding to other global markets. They were successful in a lot of markets, but they had this very loud and disruptive approach, but when they wanted to go try to do that same thing in other places around the world, it didn't work, and they found challenges where they had to kind of rethink their strategy and rebuild what it meant to go to market with their brand there. So that's something to keep in mind when it comes to your branding and going into new markets. Number 5, a lack of a global operational plan. So you think you have a good operational system in your current market, but does that mean it's going to carry over to new local markets? You may not know the answer yet, but something you need to really explore with your team to ensure a smooth transition. You'll have to set time aside to analyze all the components of your operational plan. Think about everything from your financial planning and how to handle economic uncertainties, the tech stack, your current infrastructure, supply chain management, and anything and everything in between. Moving into an international market can fail fast without a very strong operational plan in place that aligns with the local processes and expectations of those customers. Number 6 is ignoring local cultures. Often companies think adapting to the local culture comes down to website translated into the local language, adjusting their help articles or product manuals into that language, or having an ambassador or two that speak the same language. While your company should definitely do those things, it's not all you have to consider. You need to understand the business etiquette of the countries, how people buy, what generates trust for your brand and products or services. If you go back to the Uber example from before, Their initial expansions failed because they stuck to the American way of doing business, and that just did not connect well with other international markets. It's why it's important to hire and invest in local teams and leaders in that country. They'll have a better understanding of the market and how to properly build your business there. Number 7, you're unsure of how you'll approach hiring. When it comes to global expansion, the best step for companies is to start hiring talent from those specific countries you want to expand in. These could be employees or contractors that have a better understanding of the local markets and know the cultural differences to help guide your company growth in the right direction. But to legally employ someone in another country, you have to know how you plan to do that in order to maintain compliance. So there are some options, and it depends on your commitment level, timeframes, and the money your company is ready to invest. Here's the common ones. You can open a physical office in that country to establish a local presence. You can work with a local employer of record that's there to help set things up. You can choose an employer of record provider with their own local entities, or you can choose an employer of record provider that works with local partners. So getting global expansion on the right track, right? That was quite a bit to know and understand. And it's why startups and small businesses are often intimidated by even exploring the thought of global expansion. However, it's really about building a checklist, getting your operations in order, and choosing the right path to get your legal entity established in the countries you want to go to market in. Today, the pain of global expansion is getting more relief thanks to innovative technology and new services. And that's why we exist at RemoFirst. We believe every company should experience growth in new markets and have the opportunity to employ the best talent no matter where they live and work. And while it's important to be compliant, companies should not have to be bogged down by complicated laws and expensive processes to get started. If you're ready to expand your business globally, employing talent is a major step. With our employer record platform services, you can quickly hire international talent and maintain compliance with all the local laws and regulations. We'll handle it all for you so you can focus on your business growth. Until next time, this is Todd, the head of content and brand at RemoFirst.